today I'm bringing you the reading habits tag, so I'm just gonna get started and dive right in. The first question is, do you have a certain place at home for reading? I actually have three. Number one is the couch that I'm currently sitting on. I really like curling up to read, and it's really comfortable, so I tend to read here a lot. Sometimes though it can bother my back a bit, in which case I switch to my reading chair, which I have shown pictures before, and if I remember I will put a picture right here. And then the third place is in my bed. I generally read like for half an hour or an hour before bedtime, so I do read in my bed as well. Question number two is bookmark or random piece of paper. I'm a big fan of bookmarks. I mean, I'll use a random piece of paper if I'm out and I don't have one, but I am a big fan of like straight bookmarks. So I have two examples here. One is from Obvious State and the other one is from a art exhibit. And I just generally like to pick these up and use random ones. I'm not too fussed about like my bookmarks as long as they're relatively, you know, I like floral designs. So this one's from a Vigie Lebrun exhibit in Ottawa. Question number three, can you just stop reading or do you have to stop after a chapter slash a certain number of pages? This depends for me. It depends on what's interrupting my reading. I generally try and finish at like natural breaks, like, you know, like separations in the chapters, like if there's that kind of extra space where it continues on, or at the end of a chapter. But if something's like come up and I need to leave, it doesn't bother me to leave my books like that. I just find it easier to pick it back up if I'm starting at the start of a new chapter. Question number four is, do you eat or drink while reading? I generally just drink. I don't find eating and, you know, reading to be the best, just because I tend to like things like Cheetos, which leave, you know, little orange dust all over my books, which I don't like. So if I'm gonna have a snack, it tends to be something that's fairly like tidy. But I do drink, you know, water or tea or coffee when I'm reading. Question number five is multitasking, music or TV while reading. TV, never. I just can't focus. I used to be able to do that. I used to be able to block it all out when I was like younger. I used to read with the TV on all the time. Now I just think it's kind of a waste of electricity, so I don't. If it's music, it generally has to be instrumental music. I'm a really big fan of, Ludovico Einaudi, who's an Italian composer, and I really like his stuff. So I tend to put on like classical music in the background if like outside noises are really distracting, but generally I read in silence. Or if I'm like out and about and reading, then I need to put music on. Question number six is one book at a time or several at once. Generally like one or two books at a time, but different formats and generally different like genres. I tend to read a physical book and listen to an audiobook, and they tend to be two different things. Sometimes I'll switch back and forth in between audio and physical book. I'll also read things on my Kindle much less frequently. That's more, I think I'm going to be reading more on my Kindle now that I'm commuting again, but just because it's easier to carry and it's less likely to get banged up in my bag. But in general, they have to be different formats. I don't like reading multiple physical books at the same time. It just kind of, to me, it feels a bit messy and cluttered, and I don't like having that many books off my shelf. Question number seven, reading at home or everywhere. I like reading at home. It's really like, my space is really comfortable, so I like reading, but I'm not averse to reading, you know, anywhere. I will pick up, like I generally always have a book with me, so I'm never without reading materials. Question number eight is reading out loud or silently in your head. Always silently. I never read out loud. It just slows me down too much. Question number nine, do you read ahead or even skip pages? Depends. Not really. Like if it's for school, I will generally do like a really fast skim, but I read fast enough I find I don't need to like, you know, skip ahead and read. I just want to enjoy the journey itself. Question number 10, breaking the spine or keeping it like new. Well, you guys have to see my shelves and see my books, so obviously like new. It was never an intentional thing. I used to like dog ear and be like really harsh on my books, and then I just kind of, because I tend to sell them, I try and keep them in as good a condition as possible. Like I will always take them to used bookstores and stuff like that when I decide that, like, you know, it doesn't deserve a spot on my shelf, especially because I'm trying to keep my like collection and like bookshelves down to the bare minimum, just because I just don't have a lot of space. So try and keep them like new so I get more money back from them. Question number 11 is, do you write in your books? Obviously no, because I try and keep them like new. And then question number 12, the last question, is who do you tag? I tag Yamini from The Skeptical Reader. I tag Anne from Beyond the Pages, Katie from Books and Things, Kate from Kate How, Nicola from Robotnik. I know she's just moved, so she might not get to this anytime soon. Vanessa from Chaposky, Elizabeth from Books and Pieces, and basically everyone. Everyone who's watching this. If you feel like doing this, I have tagged you in this. So that is the Reading Habits tag, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye!